will tell you a wiping story since you seem to be interested in the subject. So, and how much we actually take it for granted in our day-to-day life. I bet a lot of you don't think to be grateful about toilet paper on a daily basis, but I do, and I'll tell you why. I was like 21 and on a trip around the world with my girlfriend, and we had managed to, we decided we wanted to go to Tibet, and we had gotten visas to go to Shanghai because they weren't giving visas to get into Tibet. And somebody said, sometimes it might work to cross the border from Nepal into Tibet with a Shanghai visa. If they don't look carefully, you might be able to get away with it. And we were like, all right, well, we'll try it. But as we were getting close to the border, we were like, well, why should we risk it like this? Why don't we just sneak across the border? And so we buried ourselves in the back of a vegetable truck. The driver of this truck allowed us to get in the back of his truck. We buried ourselves under a pile of vegetables, and then we got up to the border, crossing into Tibet, and these border guards with machine guns came up, they opened the gate to the vegetable truck, immediately found us. And I was like, oh, must have dozed off there under the vegetables. And then they asked us for our visas. We had these Shanghai visas. They looked at the paperwork. They were like, all right, you're fine, go ahead. And so we were across the border into this border town, and there was only one tiny little hotel. And we booked a room that night, and there were rats running all over the room. And so I was like plugging up the holes in the room where the rats were coming out. And then the rats got freaked out because they couldn't find the hole to go back out again. So then the rats were like crawling on top of us on the bed. I mean, it was like, I don't think it was Four Seasons. I don't remember so in the middle of the night, on that first night that we were in the hotel, we both started to feel really sick. We had had this soup, and I think that was a mistake. And we both started to have really bad diarrhea. And the only toilet was an outhouse that was across this mud street that was just like full of animal feces. So you had to like go down and across this like muddy, cold street into this outhouse. And in this Tibetan border town, they did not have toilet paper. And the way people wiped was they would just wipe it, and they'd wipe it on the walls of the outhouse. But they're very small people. And the outhouse was very small. And I couldn't fit in it without my shoulders touching the walls. And so every morning I wake up and I do a little ceremony of gratitude to toilet paper.